Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Send It Steve, and I actually have been out of the hospital now for about a week. I'm actually one more day of restrictions before I can actually do anything crazy or get back into my normal day-to-day activities. Before we get into it, I did actually end up having another heart issue, another heart attack. It's been about 2 weeks now. I spent a little under a week. I think it was 6 days in the hospital. This one was definitely rough. This was one to remember, and this one was definitely one to take serious. I know the first one I took serious, but I was also, I guess, in a different mindset in time. I guess the way that I looked at it, the way that I thought about things is a lot different than I have to look at things and think about things nowadays. Nowadays, when I think about things, I think a little bit differently. I think priorities, I think long time, longevity, and before I didn't necessarily think that. I thought about basically that, you know, what I had to do was what I had to do. Now I'm starting to be a little bit more of a planner, and I understand that some of the ways that I was living my life wasn't exactly ideal. It wasn't perfect, and it was definitely a huge eye opener. I definitely don't believe I was going down any wrong paths or anything, but I think that my health and everything, I definitely backburnered. I didn't take serious. You'll see in some of the pictures that I'll post here that I was actually in pretty bad shape. I don't even know where to really begin with it, but uh, I don't even know where to really begin with it. But previously, I had cancer when I was about 6 years old. I made a video back in my first heart attack about this. So I had cancer when I was about 6 years old. It going through radiation, everything made my heart weaker than the normal heart. My last heart attack, they said my heart was working about 48%. At this point in time, now my heart is beating around 20%, and it's actually inflamed and swollen. So things are a lot differently than they were the last time. The last time they gave me some medicines and things, some precautions, which I avoided. I'm hard-headed. I stopped taking after a period of time. I went back to, you know, you guys probably have seen me out. I've drank beers with people, and I just kind of lived my life a lot differently the last time versus this time here. I'm going to take it 100% serious, and the next 3 to 6 months, I'm actually on like a very strict diet. So my diet is actually very strict. My medicine is very strict. And actually, believe it or not, I feel better now than I have in probably, I'd say 8 or 9 years. I'm down a lot of weight, but I feel physically 10 times better. The amount of medicine that I take now is less than it was before. So I think we finally got it to where my health, I'll be able to take my medicines and be able to function day to day. That was sort of the big thing. The last time I had my heart attack and everything, when I would take my medicine, I'd be sick for 3 or 4 hours out of every single day in the middle of the day. And it was definitely hard to get back into the swing of working. And then by the time I got into the swing of working, as you guys see by most of my videos, they were later in the evening or late at night. And it just kind of affected the way that I lived my life. Versus now, I feel great. I feel fantastic. I can actually walk and achieve things and go places, and I'm not winded, I'm not out of breath. So going back to what led up to this one here, I guess again I had another heart attack. I didn't take it serious, so my body began to fill up with fluids is the easiest way to explain it. My lungs filled up with fluids. My heart obviously was surrounded by everything that was filled up with fluids, so it started compacting my heart and making it harder for my heart to beat, and that's why my heart is now swollen. So one of the chambers, I believe is the left side, they said is the one that feeds down to your feet and comes back up. It only pumps again around 20%, so it's actually, by the time the blood gets down to my feet, it's already starting too much, and it just backs up into my chest, into my heart, and that's where it caused all the fluid and all the pressure. So my feet weren't getting proper circulation. I obviously knew my ankles were getting swollen. I knew I was holding water in places that I didn't normally hold water. But I was scared. I didn't want to go get checked out. So that leads me to what I want to say now is, if you guys are having some kind of health issue or anything that comes about in life, just go get checked out. It's cheaper to fix it right then and there than to prolong it. This has been going on now with me for probably, I'd say, since the first sign, 6 months. But seriously, my entire trip in Kentucky or Tennessee that we went on, I couldn't walk. I'd walk 100 yards and I had to stop. So that everybody that seen me out and about in Tennessee, like I was walking and then I'd have to sit down for 15 minutes to catch my breath. I was in pretty bad shape, but it was a back to school trip for the kids nonetheless, so we did the trip and made it work. But I should have taken my health a lot more serious. I should have went to the doctors in Tennessee. There was one night in Tennessee I literally sat upright in bed all night and I could not catch my breath whatsoever. My girlfriend told me to go to the doctor, go to the hospital, and I should have went then, but I didn't want to ruin the kids' trip. Long story short, we got back here and I started to feel a little bit better because I took it easy. But if you see my last video that I posted on the Yukon, and then I previously recorded a Jeep video, if you see these two videos, you'll see just how winded and bad my ankles and everything are. So if you didn't check out, you can check out my last video. You can see my ankles, my legs, everything is super, super swollen. And after I did the Yukon and got the Yukon back up and running and driving, I decided, hey, I need to go to the hospital. I knew I was going to be there for a long period of time. I kind of, didn't tell anybody for 3 or 4 days that I was even in the hospital. So anybody watching this, I do apologize. If you did reach out to me on Instagram, I do really truly appreciate all the support on there. I think I took like 4 or 5 days off, but I have been active on Instagram. It's a little bit easier to interact on that scale than it is here. YouTube obviously takes time, takes energy, and I didn't have it until this point. So from here on out, we've got a lot of things coming. I'm on a bunch of pills. It keeps the fluid out of me. It keeps my heart rate at a steady pace. Everything's looking good. And I go back to the doctors here in a couple days and we're going to get everything resolved, make sure everything's looking good from the dosages that I have. And we're just going to be able to move forward. We're going to be able to move on. So I feel great. I do really, really appreciate everything. And the next video that you're going to see is going to be a vehicle that I purchased back in June. It is finally now available. I'm sure you guys can drop your comments down below. You guys know what it is by now, I assume. I did post about it. You guys seen it. I'm excited that this build is going to happen. This is more of a restoration. And again, I'm freaking excited. I'm ready to get back into it, ready to get excited. And I have a lot more energy. I know it probably doesn't seem like it in this video because all we're doing is talking about me getting energy. But you'll see, I feel 10 times better. The day that I went to go get this, I didn't feel that great. It kind of took a lot out of me. But we are now a week past the date that I picked up the truck. So I feel fantastic. Everything's looking up. Everything's looking good. Again, everything, I do appreciate all the support that you guys send me. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me now. Send it _Steve. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I found more Tennessee footage. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the footage from Tennessee. Thank you for all your support. I will see you in the next video. I think I will have one probably Tuesday night of the truck that we picked up. I'm not going to try to rush it. If I do get it done tonight or tomorrow, I will go ahead and post that. But I'm excited about the build. This build here is 100% going to be a restoration to the T the way it came off the factory floor. Now that I picked it up and I got it home, it's what I want to do. I want to do a full restoration. I want to see what all goes into it before I started the GTA build. And this is going to be the perfect vehicle to do that with, because the guy that I bought it off of seems very, very sentimental to this truck. He is actually the second owner of the truck, but he's owned this truck twice. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to do a complete restoration. I asked him which direction he wanted to see me take it. He kind of said it's my truck. He doesn't care what he want or what I want to do is what I want to do. Oh, there, I gave it away, truck. But he doesn't care what we do with it. I'm going to kind of see what the direction he wants to take it. I think it is actually a restoration from the way that he says everything. I know I'm kind of talking in a little bit of a circle, but it's because I was trying to avoid saying what the build was, but now it's a dead giveaway. So we ended up picking up the 77. I'll just drop it there. That way I don't have to be awkward anymore. So we picked up the 77. I think that guy would end up buying the truck back from me. So I'm going to 100% focus on restoring that truck back to 100% the way it came from the factory. The interior, the seats might be a little bit different from factory, but everything else I'm going to try to get basically OEM the way it came from the factory in 1977. So again, I hope you guys are ready for that build. That is going to be a complete killer restoration. And I actually talked my girlfriend into using the old body panels as a bed. So you have to stay tuned for that, because I think we're going to actually post that on the channel here. If not, I am going to at least record and I'm going to take pictures. So again, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. But the parts that we're going to replace and restore on that truck, I think we're going to make into beds for the kids and the family, and just sort of have some fun, like home renovation type stuff. So that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video, guys. I do hope that you guys appreciate everything that is going on. I'm sorry I took the downtime, but obviously it was much needed. Feeling great. I have another guy that we're going to hire, Eric, as you see, he'll see in the truck video. He's going to come along and start working with me, and he's going to do a lot of recording, so I'll be able to be a little bit more hands-on with you guys. And we're just ready to rock, ready to roll, ready to kick the end of 2021 out with a bang. I'm going to try to make better videos, and that's that. So please comment, like, subscribe, stay healthy. If you guys need to go to the doctor, because I promise you, you will feel 100% better in the end. So I'm going to roll some of the footage from Tennessee. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for all the support. Love you guys, and we'll see you soon.